Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and I thought we'd do another What's on My iPhone. I normally do one of these every 6 months or so, and a lot of you have been asking me to do another one, so I thought we'd take the time to do that. Now, I only have 3 pages of apps, or really more like 2 pages, and if you've seen any of my videos for any amount of time, you really haven't seen this one change a whole lot. So on the front screen here, you'll see that I've added some music apps, changed out the podcast app, so let's go over some of that. This top section pretty much hasn't changed in a very long time. We have some YouTube apps, YouTube Creator Studio, and just YouTube. And then we have Pixelmator. Now, Pixelmator, if you haven't used this, is a great resource. It's basically Photoshop for your phone, a lot less expensive, and does a lot. It's a pretty impressive tool, especially on an iPhone or an iPad. It's $5, I believe, and it covers the iPad and iPhone. So it's pretty good. It may be $10, but I'm pretty sure it's $5. The rest of these pretty much are all free. I use PocketCast now. Now, I was using a different podcast app, but I went back to PocketCast. It's been out for a while because the other app I was using was taking up probably 6 to 10 gigabytes of storage, and I couldn't figure out why. I had deleted podcasts and everything else, and so I went back to PocketCast, and it seems to be working great, and it's not using a ton of space. Xbox Music is something I've been trying out. Now, I've listened to SoundCloud for quite some time, and I thought it was time to use Xbox Music, as well as Google Music over here, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But Xbox Music, I got a great deal on the year pass for $30 for the entire year, so I thought I'd try that out. And I don't remember where I even got that promotion, but I found it online one day and decided to actually do that promotion. Unfortunately, Apple Music comes out tomorrow, so you'll probably see that video, or maybe you're seeing this after Apple Music, so be sure to check that one out, but we'll be checking that one out a little bit more in depth. But basically, Xbox Music is pretty good. It's a little bit disappointing in that it crashes often. This is actually running iOS, I think this is 8.4. I had iOS 9 I was playing around with, and it's way too unstable to use as a regular build, and I wouldn't recommend it for anybody until it's out. But right now, there's some music on here, and it's not really intuitive the way it's laid out, so I'm looking forward to see what others use, or what others do, rather. Google Play Music is the newest contender as far as free streaming music as far as the radio part goes, so I thought I'd check that one out. And that's only real recent, so there's a bunch of my music on here, and then you can just listen to other things as well. And it's been pretty nice. The mixes it makes for you is pretty good, and this is the last one it came up with for me, and it was actually pretty nice to listen to. It was something that I wanted to listen to, so that was pretty impressive. Now on this screen, this may be a little bit different if you haven't been following me. So I have things categorized, and then I only have this other screen here as things have kind of rolled into the next ones, and I haven't categorized them. What I tend to do is download some apps, try them out, put them in folders if I want to keep them but not delete them, or just delete them. I like to have a couple pages. So as you can see here in photography, I really don't use a whole lot of these that often, but they're all there, so I won't go over all of them. And hyperlapse I've used quite a bit, especially to stabilize video. If you've watched any of those videos while I'm in a car or anything, it really stabilizes it, and it works really, really well, and it's free, so why not use it? As far as the Apple apps, basically every Apple app I just toss it into here. I'm not really sure why the weather app is in there, but kind of falls into that category since the weather app that Apple uses kind of links to that. But either way, it's in there. Apple Watch, everything Apple I've just dumped into here. It makes it easy to find, and if I can't delete it, it's in a folder hidden. Utilities, well, there's a couple things here. You can see Google Authenticator, Starbucks, Zedge. A lot of people ask me where I get my wallpapers. This particular wallpaper is just a default Apple wallpaper that comes on every iPhone with iOS 8 or newer. And you can see I get most of my wallpapers from Zedge for the most part. I have a bunch of other things, benchmarking apps that I use when I do comparisons. Words per minute shows you how fast you can type. That's pretty interesting. If you're interested, I can type about 60 words a minute on the iPhone using both thumbs and autocorrect, so I'm pretty fast, about the same on a regular keyboard too. Here's some other apps as well, Cisco stuff, eBay, 1Password. Some of these things I use a lot, some of them I don't. Most of the things I use a lot I keep on the front 2 pages, not in folders though. Finance apps, Pretty much the same as anything else. There's a bunch of different finance apps. MoneyWiz 2 just came out, so I switched over to that. Love the app. It's a great app and definitely worth the dollar that it costs right now in the App Store. I think it's normally $5, but I think right now it's on sale, and definitely worth checking out if you want to manage apps. So that's MoneyWiz. Games. These really don't change too much. Monument Valley was a great game. I went through the whole thing pretty quickly, and it just sits in here. I really don't play a whole lot of games on my iPhone. If I'm going to play a game, it's usually on my iPad. Under entertainment, I use some of these things. HBO Go and Netflix is probably what I use the most of. These are here for a couple different series when they're out. And I use Paper as my Facebook app. I don't have a Facebook app because I hate that it doesn't allow me to have a messaging client. So I use the Paper app in its place, and it works pretty well. Duet is nice. It lets you extend your Mac screen to this screen. I haven't found that I've used it a whole lot, but it's just kind of neat to have and take a look at. Memoir is something I'm liking. I'm not going to open it because it has a bunch of my own family's pictures in it. But basically, Memoir looks at your Twitter feed, anything you allow it to have access to, you can allow or disallow, but Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and basically goes back and sends you memories of what you were doing, say, 4 years from today, or 4 years ago from today. And it's pretty neat. It'll email you and then show you, it'll show a little 1, like we have a 3 here, shows like a little 1, shows you what's actually going on, and it's really pretty nice. So these are the things that I've actually been using the more. Fandango, I went to the movies recently and re-downloaded it. Strava, I've been using more. Periscope, all of these things, as you can see what's on here, I use somewhat. I probably, out of all of these, probably use Google Inbox and Twit the most, and maybe some Audible. The rest of these, I'll occasionally join in on a Periscope if someone's doing that. And I've done one or two myself, and I had some success with it, and I may be doing more of those in the future too. So let me know if you're interested in that. That's pretty much it other than this page. This is a church I go to. We've got Fly, which I don't even remember what that is. I'll have to take a look at it. I think it was a free Starbucks app. My daughter wanted Puzzle Agent, so I downloaded it and then GroupMe as a chat app. So that's pretty much it. That's about everything, I think. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Maybe I'm missing some great apps. You guys have given me great suggestions in the past, and I'd love to hear if you had anything else to suggest. I'm always up to try something else out. But let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Oh, and if you have any great wallpapers, let me know. I'd love to hear what you have. And if you want to see more of those and know where I've got them, please let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.